In Crimewatch tonight, an audacious thief makes off with $500,000 worth of gold jewelry. And Spike and Steal, how you can avoid becoming a victim.
Welcome to Crimewatch. I'm DSP Julius Lim. Goldsmith Shop robberies, a crime which is relatively unheard of today, was a key crime concern in the 80s. For instance, in 1987 alone, at least 11 Goldsmith shops were robbed in daring daylight heists. Apart from operational enforcement to capture the robbers, the National Crime Prevention Council, together with the police, organized a series of intensive crime prevention activities to tackle the root of the problem. Regular dialogue sessions were held with Goldsmith shop owners and their association to get them to strengthen the security of the premises. Owners were actively told to install security devices like smash-proof display cases. Installation of a burglar alarm system and surveillance cameras were also a must. The crime prevention efforts paid off. Over the years, Goldsmith shop robberies and break-ins have become a rare occurrence. However, low crime does not mean no crime. Once you let your guard down, you create opportunities for crime. Last year, on the 21st of September 2010, an audacious break-in occurred at a Goldsmith shop inside a popular shopping mall in Chinatown. The value of gold stolen, nearly $500,000.
At around 12:45 p.m., Madam Lim and her two sons arrived at the shop as usual to open for business. But what they found was anything but usual.
Hey, how come not locked?
Are you sure?
Yeah. Hey, somebody has broke into the shop.
Hello, police? I want to make a report.
A team of officers led by Senior Investigation Officer Mahathir from the Central Police Division immediately went down to investigate.
So you actually got a call at about 7:20 a.m. from the security firm regarding the alarm being triggered?
Yes.
So why did you only come to the shop at about 12:45 p.m?
We thought it was a false alarm. It sometimes happens to other shops.
Do you normally leave the keys out in the open like that?
Yes, for convenience.
How about the keys to the shop? Who has it?
Everyone has it, the whole family.
How about other staff?
Oh, no. We don't have any other stuff.
Do you know how much roughly has been stolen from the shop?
Roughly, it should be about $500,000.
There's a camera there. Check with the security office, see if the CCTV footage from this morning is ready. Alright.
There's no sign of forced entry.
Okay, contact the manufacturer. I want to see how difficult it is to open the roller shutter.
Okay.
The officers were able to obtain CCTV footage of the area and immediately requested to view it.
I think it's him. And there's no sign of accomplice. I think he's alone. He's trying to open the roller shutter with one of the keys that he has. He seems to know what he's doing. I want you to obtain all the CCTV footage in and around the building, the car park, and also the MRT station. I want to find out how he got in and how he got out. Suspect came across to me as a professional criminal. He had carefully planned the execution of his crime. He had obviously conducted recce of the place of crime, studied the work patterns of the security guard, the exact time the doors of the complex would be open, and how much time he needed to scoop up the jewelleries. Suspect is a male Chinese, believed to be in his late 20s to early 30s. He probably has some knowledge of lockpicking. He knew the best time to hit the shop was when the mall opened at 7 a.m. It's empty and the lighting is poor.
Do we have other suspects beside him? The family seemed unusually relaxed after receiving the call about the shop's alarm being activated.
We'll be doing background checks on them and also screening on all security personnel working at the mall.
I've checked with the manufacturer. He said the chances of finding an exact same key that can open the lock is like 1:10,000. Not that easy, but not impossible also. And the lock he used in the shop is a very old model. It's actually not that difficult to open it.
So you don't have to be an expert in lockpicking?
No, but you need to have some skills to open it. We should start checking pawn shops. He would want to sell the gold.
We need to check that and also all the other goldsmiths in case he tries to melt the gold. Can your team be in charge of that?
No problem.
The estimated value of the stolen jewellery is nearly $500,000. This is by far the largest break-in in recent years. We'll split into 3 teams. One team will work on the pawn shop screening. Team 2 will work on CCTV footage, while Team 3 will do the suspect screenings.
The officers contacted the Singapore Pawnbrokers Association and the Singapore Jewelers Association to get them to help alert their members to be on the lookout for anyone trying to sell substantial amounts of gold. The officers also made calls to other goldsmith shops in Singapore to check if they had any instances of clients selling substantial amounts of jewelry. The multiple attention paid to all possible leads and comprehensive coverage of all possible points of contact was soon rewarded with a useful lead.
We spotted him while going through the LTA CCTV cameras outside the mall. The cap is missing, but the Bermuda and the bag matches the suspect.
This is before the break-in?
Yes,
He's walking from Pearl Center, which means he could have taken the MRT.
that's what we thought so too. So we went to check the CCTV footages outside Old Train MRT station. He was seen coming out from the train station just minutes before the footage.
Did he show up at the station again after he finished the job?
No.
Maybe he took a taxi back.
No, he took a train back, but not from Outram station. We found him at Chinatown station just opposite the mall.
If we can find the station where he got off, we'll have an idea where he stays.
That's going to be tough. He could have alighted at any station along North East Line or East West Line.
I'll get my men to help. We viewed a lot of CCTV camera before we actually selected those that were most useful and relevant. The heist was considerably huge. It was nearly $500,000 worth of jewelleries. We had to be quick in identifying and apprehending the suspect.
As more officers were recalled to work round the clock on the CCTV footage, Ayo Mahathir joined the team working the ground, going to various pawn and jewellery shops to make
I'd like to
inquiries.
check whether any person has sold this type of gold chains. Let me take a look.
While these checks failed to turn up any leads, the investigation officers did not give up.
I don't think he has sold out the loot yet. But if he's desperate, he would need to sell the gold very soon. Maybe he has some other ways to sell the gold? Hello? Yes. Any luck?
He got off the station at Bukit Gombak.
Are you positive?
Yes. The clothing, features all match and the timing is also right.
Did you manage to get a good visual of him?
I think it's good enough for us to use.
Get the rest of the guys. We'll set up a briefing. Then we'll conduct an ambush at the MRT station immediately.
After a quick operational briefing, 2 teams of officers took turns to stake out Bukit Gombak MRT station. After staking out the MRT station for 2 days, there was still no sign of the suspect. The officers did not give up. And their patience, determination and hard work paid off when on the 3rd day, the suspect was spotted at around 6:55 in the evening.
Made, suspect spotted approaching MRT station. Okay, I'm on my way. Call resource to meet me there.
Welcome back to Crimewatch. It was one of the largest and most audacious housebreaking and theft cases in recent years. Nearly $500,000 worth of gold items stolen from a goldsmith shop. Police officers worked around the clock to track down the culprit. Their multiple focus, covering all possible leads and mapping out a comprehensive plan to tackle as many possible points of contact by the culprit, was rewarded. The officers finally nabbed him at Bukit Gombak MRT station.
Hi sir, we're from the police. Can we have a word with you?
What's this about?
Can we have a look at your identification papers, please?
The suspect's name was Mark Tan, 29 years old.
Could we talk to you at the side? Can we take a look at your wallet, please? Why do you have another person's NRIC with you?
I found it. I was going to bring it to the police later.
Can we take a look at your bag, please? Why do you have such a knife with you?
I use it to dig my nails.
You use such a knife to dig your nails? What else do you use it for?
Nothing. What's all this about?
I'm placing you under arrest for housebreaking and theft.
Got your hand behind your back.
When we finally found Mark through police ambush, he was not someone who would give up easily. He was not only physically fit, he was also uncooperative and aggressive. In short, it was a very difficult situation. Stop it! You're going to hurt yourself. Relax.
What am I doing here? I think you guys made a big mistake.
Where were you on the morning of 21st September 2010?
How would I know? I can't even remember what I had for dinner last night.
Did you break into the Goldsmith Shop?
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything.
Then why did you try to run away in the van? Mark, the game is up. You better start cooperating.
The officers conducted a raid at his girlfriend's place, where he had been staying for several years. They were shocked by what they saw.
What's this? So you're a lock and key expert?
It's just a hobby.
Found it. Can you explain this to me? How do you end up with all these gold chains? Mark, you better start cooperating. Which one of the keys did you use to break open the shop?
It's gone. I threw them away.
Guys, take a look at this. Don't tell me you pick up all these passports and IDs too.
A receipt was also recovered with the passport and IDs. More items were recovered as the raid continued into the wee hours of the night.
After going through the valuables recovered from the unit, we had a shock when we realized that most of the items found in the unit were stolen items. This was when we started contacting all the other police divisions nationwide to consolidate the cases against Mark.
The gold chains seized from Mark's place were later verified as the ones stolen from the Goldsmith Shop. However, several pieces were still missing.
I don't know. Maybe some of them dropped out my bag when I was getting away.
Now look at all these passports and IDs. How did they end up inside your house?
I found them.
Found them? Found them where?
Some on the street, the others I can't remember.
Listen, we did some screening. They were either reported missing or stolen from their home. Did you enter their premises and steal them?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mark, look at the evidence that we have against you. You got desperate, you got careless, and finally you got caught. You better start cooperating and tell us the truth.
Knowing that he could no longer deny his involvement, with the officers uncovering strings of evidence, Mark finally caved in and told the officers everything. It had all started on the 30th of November 2009. He was sending an acquaintance home at Havelock Road after a late night out. He noticed that the door to the flat was not locked.
因为我们这里住了很多人啊，然后又不够钥匙，我们决定不要锁门，这样比较方便。
好，OK，拜拜。
拜。
I couldn't believe it. I knew the area had a lot of foreigners who rented flats. So I went around the block to see for myself. And it was true.
And that was the start of Mark's break-in spree. Nabbing Mark Tan was not the end of the investigation.
Actually, we have
As Ayo Mahathir continued interviewing Mark, teams of officers were hard at work, tracing and meticulously piecing together all the other evidence seized from the house.
Contacted the intelligence branch to request for a list of break-in cases for last year. And we found 2 break-in cases stood out. One was at City Gems, Tiong Bahru Plaza on 9 February 2010. And the other one is at Harlin and James Jewelry at Jerome Point on 12 April 2010.
Okay, contact both the divisions. I want to see if there's a possible connection between both these cases.
Okay.
Do you sell the jewelries?
Having established a connection between the 2 break-in cases and Mark, Ayo Mahathir next confronted him with the overwhelming evidence. He finally revealed where the missing gold went.
Who did you sell them to?
Some to First Jewelry. And some to Gold Scale Jewelry.
Hi, I'm Ayo Mahdi from Central Police Division. Currently conducting an investigation into a case of housebreaking. I would like to take a look at your sales records. Thank you.
The officers immediately went to both First Jewelry and Gold Scale Jewelry so that they could retrieve as much evidence as possible. Although they could not find any records of Mark selling the items at either shop, they found that the stolen jewelry had been sold under someone else's name.
These are the receipts found together with ID and passes. This is the one. The victim reported his NRIC stolen in 2009, but the receipt is dated 2010. The victim can't be using it unless Mark had been using it.
So he used the ID he stole to sell the gold.
He's smart, to avoid detection.
Yes, I stole the IDs. I also used them to sell the jewelry. Because I knew that if I used my own ID, you guys would catch me in no time.
Within the 2 weeks of investigation, the investigators were able to piece all the evidence together and, in addition, uncovered other crimes committed by Mark Tan. Mark Tan was charged with 14 counts of housebreaking and theft, 9 counts of theft, and 18 other various offences, including one of aggravated outrage of modesty. He was subsequently convicted and sentenced to 7 years imprisonment and 24 strokes of the cane.
Although the crime rate in Singapore has been kept low at around 650 per 100,000 population, low crime doesn't mean no crime. We have to stay careful and vigilant. You can reduce the risk of break-ins by using good quality locks and strong grills. Secure all doors and windows before retiring to bed or when you are leaving the house unattended. Never leave your doors unlocked for the sake of convenience, as you'd be providing opportunities for would-be burglars. Businesses, including Goldsmith Shops, should install a CCTV and alarm system. And if your alarm has been activated, never assume it's a false alarm. Ignoring your alarm when it had gone off would be as good as not having any alarm system installed. Goldsmith Shops should also not leave the keys to their jewelry hanging on the display cabinets, especially overnight, as this will only make things easier for a burglar. Surveillance cameras should be prominent and should cover risk areas to deter potential housebreakers. Seek assistance from the security unit of the building or premises to look out for suspicious characters when the office is not occupied for extended periods of time. In the event of a break-in, call the police immediately and refrain from touching any items at the crime scene. Coming up, why you should always be wary of friendly strangers. Our next story is a reminder to always be wary of friendly strangers. For the past 3 years, there were 58 reported cases where criminals had drugged victims for the purpose of committing crime. In some cases, criminals had resorted to spiking their victims' drinks. In the first 9 months of this year, police had detected 10 such cases. In this segment of Crimewatch, see how police put a thief who spiked drinks to steal behind bars.
Take photo for me?
Yes.
Please. Thank you.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Miss, do you know where I can go to get a cup of coffee?
I'm sorry?
You see, I just got to Singapore with my friends and I don't know my way around here. Maybe you can tell me where's the best place I can go to get a coffee?
Any coffee shop can.
Oh, but I really don't know my way around here. Maybe I hope you can help me. Please, maybe you can show me.
He looked dignified and professional.
Okay.
After some persuasion, Rosie agreed to help show him where he could have coffee.
Yeah, miss, this is your coffee.
Little did Rosie realize her coffee had been spiked. Earlier, Haslam had added some grounded midazolam into the cup meant for Rosie.
Nice coffee, yeah?
Yeah.
Come, drink.
He then waited for the drug to take effect.
Sir, this is my first time in Singapore. Miss, say something, miss. Are you okay? Say something, miss. Are you okay?
When Rosie was dazed, Haslam made his move. When Rosie woke up, she found herself alone in a hotel room. Her clothing was intact and there were no signs of sexual assault. She found her handbag. She discovered her valuables were missing. Senior Investigation Officer Muhammad Ismail from Bedok Police Division was assigned to lead the investigation. He was assisted by Senior Investigation Officer Liu Pei Ting.
Do you know his name? Would you be able to recognize him if you see him again?
Yes, I'm sure.
Ma'am, from what you told me, it looks like you were drugged by the suspect. So I need you to go to the hospital with me for a blood test. Okay, I'll bring you to the police station later on.
Subsequent results showed there were traces of midazolam in the victim's blood. Midazolam is a prescription drug used for treating insomnia and anxiety. It may cause drowsiness.
Officers, last night we have a case of a victim being spiked and her belongings stolen in a hotel room. We have similar case reported a few days ago.
Yes, he's Haslam bin Ismail, similar modus operandi. He was well-dressed, eloquent, and spiked his victims' drinks. He was just released from the prison.
Yes, but we could not locate him because he doesn't have a fixed address.
Rosie was invited for a photo identification session.
This man.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
With positive identification from the victim, a police gazette was immediately issued to various enforcement units to look out for and arrest Haslam.
Hi ma'am, you call the police?
Yes, I call for the police. Can you follow me?
I never owe you any money, okay?
You do owe me money, okay? I've been trying to call you for how many days? You're avoiding me.
I didn't owe you any money. You understand that or not?
Shout at me. You understand or not?
I didn't owe you any money.
You did owe me money. You understand?
Can you prove me?
Sir, receive a complaint from a manager. Can you please step to the side, please? Sir, don't make care of your particulars, please.
But why?
Sir, we are just doing our routine check.
I didn't do anything, you know. That crazy woman, you know.
I will pass your IC to my colleague.
Upon screening, the neighborhood police center officers from Central Police Division found out that Haslam is wanted by Senior Investigation Officer Muhammad Ismail of Bedok Police Division.
Aslam, on 27 December 2010.
Throughout the interview, Haslam, being a recalcitrant, denied committing any offense.
I didn't do anything.
However, with the positive identification by the victim and evidence from the CCTV footage, Haslam was eventually found guilty on 2 counts of causing hurt by means of poison with intent to commit an offense. On the 31st of December 2010, Haslam was sentenced to 6 years corrective training.
This story serves as a reminder for all of us to always be wary of friendly strangers. Never accept drinks offered by strangers, especially when it's prepared away from your sight. Never leave your drinks unattended. Have a trusted friend to keep an eye on your drink if you need to leave the table for a while. In the event of any such encounter, call the police immediately. Provide a good description of the culprit, and if appropriate, refrain from touching any items at the crime scene. We've come to the end of another episode of Crimewatch. Do drop us an email if you have any feedback or query. I'm DSP Julius Lim, signing off.